I got bars. Don't you know? Drive foreign cars in the Lambo. They call me Rambo because I got them haymakers. Them haymakers.
Hey, what's up, man? We here again. Matter of fact, this is the BBF podcast. The realest episode 1 was really episode 2. All right?
Yeah.
Back with me, Rashad Jones, and CEO of Brainz Brawn Fitness,
Mr. Ray Hines.
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you, bro?
Awesome. Good evening.
Yeah,
on this Monday evening, man.
Monday evening, we doing it. Trying to do what we got to do. Make sure the people get what they need.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I see, got that working early today. I was barely up.
Yeah,
when I got that finished the workout. Like it ain't even 6 o'clock yet. Yo.
I told you. On Monday mornings, I try to go early. Early in the morning, start the week off right. Make sure my mind right. I feel like in order for me to start my week off right, first thing I gotta do, wake up, read my devotional, then go to the gym. And after that, I'm good.
That's good, man. I what, low key, because I thought about that. I was like, yo, he working out mad early. And then I had to remember, I was like, Rashad, you was getting up at like 4:30 pre-pandemic to go to the gym every Monday through Friday.
Yep.
You know, like that was the grind for real. And I be missing that, you know, like I miss it. I straight up miss me, you and Ree working out, having fun, being mad at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just like we not feeling like doing nothing.
Nope.
Like me being just super grouchy because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I ain't drinking that coffee yet. Like, yo, I miss all of that.
It is. It's crazy to think about it because it was like that was something that we did on a normal. It was our routine. At 4:30, wake up, the Y open up at 5, we in there. As soon as the lights cut on, we up in there working out, trying to get to the machine before one of them old people got to it.
Yeah, I ain't want to talk.
The dude that was squat on the squat rack for like
doing
30 minutes.
45 minutes, man.
Like,
doing nothing, looking crazy, incorrect for
man, half squats. I'm like, bro, what you doing? I got to get ready for a show. I need to get my workout in, bro. But yeah, I missed that. Hopefully we can get back to that.
All right, so topic at hand today. What are we talking about?
So yeah, we gonna talk about something that I think most trainers probably don't focus on, and I pride myself as a personal trainer, since I'm nationally certified, of wanting to focus on the holistic aspect of health and wellness. And what that means is, like, I gotta focus on the wellness aspect, making sure that we are intact emotionally, spiritually, in every single way. Focus on the mind, body, and spirit. And that's part of being well holistically. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about today, emotional wellness. So wellness is a huge part of our existence. And most people don't even talk about that. Most trainers just want to train people to get them to lose weight so they can get their money.
Yeah, and the sad part is I feel like they touch on it like sort of like tangentially, because the push part, the we need you to get better, I need you to eat better, like I need you to, get up for this workout. Right. Like I'm gonna coach you physically. And the small mental part is just the grind of it all.
Right.
But the feeling, the actual, like, being able to express and emote how I feel in the moment and after the facts, like, yo, like, I ain't liking these meals. Like, I don't care. This is the meal plan I gave you. Like, so that part of it is definitely lost.
Yeah, it is. And you got to think about it. Like, a lot of the times how we feel dictates what we eat and what we do.
Bro,
like if you got a bad day, what you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm eating crazy.
Right. I know it was one time I had a bad day. Like my morning just started off bad. And the first thing I did was, where'd I go? I think I went to Bojangles. It got me like a chicken biscuit or something like that. I'm dead serious. And then it was downhill from there. Just because my day started off that way, I didn't even think about nothing else after that. I was just like, well, I'm just stress eating, emotionally eating.
Yeah.
And that's
You know
bad.
what's crazy? Like, I didn't really realize that I did it to maybe like last year.
Yep.
I didn't even realize, like, yo, like, I ain't fat. I ain't out here emotionally eating. Like, nah, yo, I be stressed eating, bro. Like,
For real.
yeah.
And I was asking my wife that. I said, because that's the first thing she does. Like, whenever she has a bad day, she makes sure she tells me, like, I had a bad day. I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And I'm like, okay. Now, the next day, I'm going to tell her about herself. I'm going to be like, yo, what you doing? It's a new day. We got to start fresh now. Like, we dealt with yesterday or did not deal with yesterday. If you didn't deal with the past or that emotion, you got to find time to deal with it so that does not happen again. Or you can decrease the chances of you stress eating or just ghosting everybody and things like that again. So yeah, that's a huge thing because, like I said, man, wellness is huge, and that touches on 6 different things. That touches on emotional, occupational, physical, social, intellectual, and spiritual. Those are like the 6 different dimensions of wellness. That's not just me saying that. That is nationally recognized, and that is research. Like, go Google it. Go research it. Like, I'm not lying to you. Those are the 6 dimensions of wellness. But like I said, we're gonna focus on the emotional aspect, and each week we're gonna touch on a different aspect of wellness, and we have to.
Yeah. I feel, especially as Black men, there's a side of us that always has to propagate, just not being emotional, or like even we talking about earlier on a group chat, talking about how, like, if you even dare show your emotion, you a punk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you a little girl, like, get out of here, you soft,
all
like
that.
like that's and it be so unnecessary because we are made to be emotional, male, female, non-binary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. If you're a human, then you have all these emotions in you.
Right.
And a lot of times, like, I had to learn this too, because most time, like, as a kid, like, I remember myself always being agitated and anger.
Mm-hmm.
And then as an adult, like, I sat down and talked to my pops one day. He was like, yo, think about it like this, Rashad. Anger is a secondary emotion. He said, anytime you're angry, you're never angry for nothing. Something has triggered you to become angry. Most of the time, we get angry, right, because, like, our feelings is hurt.
Right.
So instead of processing that, like, yo, like, fam, like, that kind of, I didn't like how that feel.
For real.
Like, yo, like, you shouldn't have did that to me, and really react and respond in that way. We respond in what's most acceptable for us to be, and that's pissed off.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to really understand that and really own up to it. I was like, nah, yo, I ain't, nah, I'm mad. And like, nah, like, your feelings is hurt.
It hurt. And that goes to what we were just talking about. Like, when your feelings hurt, you go do something. Either you emotionally eat, you go to your room, just chill out, don't talk to nobody.
Isolate.
Or you just angry. And, like, those circumstances, they either can help us to feel happy, sad, angry, and or bitter. And that's called an emotion. Like, emotions are within us, and we have to understand that. We have to recognize those. We have to deal with those things. And it's not always the case. Like, I don't always deal with them, but I know I need to, and that's why I'm starting now, especially after watching the I Am Athlete podcast by Brandon Marshall and Chad Johnson and Fred Taylor and Channing Crowder. Like, they are normalizing, like, being open and honest, and they just started being vulnerable. They was always being real, but today's episode, they was vulnerable. And that was confirmation for me to really talk about this topic, because I had always wanted to, but I just didn't know, like, how you would approach it.
Yeah. And sometimes somebody has to be first.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to kind of what you do on the regular, because I know in different arenas, like, especially Black men, we're starting to really understand that we can be all of these things at the same time. But, like, in sports, very masculine driven things, it's real slow to the party, you know. So that was like a very good like first step, and like really big ups to them for actually doing it in real time,
Yep.
and then allowing them to edit it, upload it, and have people see that.
Yeah.
Because you could have easily just not had the episode. You know what I'm saying? They could have just said, "Nah, we ain't doing that. I don't even want to be put out there like that. I don't want my, you know what I'm saying, my image to look like that. That's not how I want to be represented." But they was like, "Nah, yo, this is an honest moment we having right here."
That's the truth. And that's one of the things I really want to let you guys know, which are the people. Like, yo, I want to be honest with y'all. Like, that's my biggest thing, straight up. Like, as a personal trainer, I don't only want to focus on just the fitness aspect. I want to focus on the health and wellness aspect as well. Because holistically, if your mind is not right and your spirit is not right, your body not going to be right. If one of those things is off, your equilibrium is out of whack. Like, you got to come back to the middle. That you have to bring yourself back, have a sense of calmness, have a sense of peace and strength in order to deal with or take on any challenges that come your way. Like, that's what you have to do in order to just be holistic in your approach with everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm trying to approach everything, man. Like, for real. And I think that's one of the biggest like neglects of people. And I'm not saying all personal trainers do that. You just don't see it. Yeah. But I want to be one of the people that put it out there. Of course. Like, whether I'm actually training somebody and talking to them about it, or we just doing it like this and doing the podcast. So that's one of the biggest things I'm definitely trying to do.
And that's a real smart approach, especially when you have somebody that may have never worked out in a long time. That first week of like getting a new regiment, especially if you're doing meal prep and they doing a workout, yo, that first week is hard.
And you gotta think about it, like they probably got other things they gotta worry about.
Yeah,
too.
The whole life. They got a job. Could be have like a spouse or a mate. You know what I'm saying? Kids. You know, they could have their own personal health issues. All these caveats that people have to deal with.
And it's crazy because I have a client right now. We were working out for the past like 3 weeks, going strong. Then we stopped because she had some personal things going on. And I told her, like, hey, like, yo, your emotional well-being is more important than you working out right now. Like, you have to deal with all these other things first. But I still want you to continue to do something to try to take your mind off of it, because that will help you to release whatever stress you have going on. But we're not going to force it. That's one of the biggest things. Like, we got to understand that this has to be first. It starts up here. Yeah. Like, if you cut the head off, what's going to happen?
Nobody gonna die.
You did.
And I feel you on that, because sometimes we get to a place where like our mind don't be in it, and it can be so daunting just to kind of get through the day. Yeah. Like, I remember when right before I started going to therapy. Like, I was struggling just to kind of just get through a normal day. I'm like, bro, like, why is this so hard, man? Like, and I was kind of, like, I thought I was managing my emotions, but I really wasn't. Right. I was just putting them somewhere and leaving them alone. And what would happen, they would start to spill over into things. Because my whole methodology about life was compartmentalizing. And I wasted about 5 years of my life doing that because it was trash. Yeah. And that compartmentalizing ended up me having high blood pressure because I never would talk about stuff.
But that's the thing. Like, you see how if you aren't taking care of yourself emotionally, how that can affect other areas as far as your health goes.
Yeah, bro.
And that's he's proving the point of the researchers right now.
Bro, like
if your emotional health is not intact, your health as far as internally, as far as your blood pressure or any diseases that could arise, that will start to happen. And one way to get rid of some of those things or decrease some of that is meditation, stretching, going on little walks, yoga,
And
things like that.
or just like for me, what I had to actually do is to start actively expressing how I feel.
Yeah.
And that was like really hard because like, yo, like, man, I'm out here like I don't really want to tell my wife that she hurt my feelings. Like that is so lame. But then, or I don't want to really feel like, you know, expressing to my children that this is that they disappointed me or this isn't right. Like I want to tell them like, yo, you wrong, get out my face. Like now I gotta have this conversation with this 6-year-old to say, hey, this is what it is. I need you to do this so we can move forward and have them understand that. And it takes a lot, but that's the work that I know that I had to do to get to the place where I am right now.
Right. No, I definitely agree with that. And for me, it's always hard to open up. One, I'd never seen it. My mom, it just might sound weird, like she's a female, and we equate women to like being emotional and opening up.
Nurture.
Yeah, I've never seen her really open up or cry in front of me unless somebody passed away.
Yeah.
My grandmother never did it in front of me.
Wow.
My uncle never did it in front of me or anything like that. Unless it was a death. That's really the only time. But most of the times you really want to see it from your dad or anything like that. But he was absent most of my life. So I didn't get to see that. So trying to open up and be more in touch with my feelings and acknowledging how I feel and expressing to people how I feel is difficult. Especially like if you do tell people how you feel or acknowledge what you're feeling and they just mock you, bro. Like you just that make you even more upset and just shut down and don't want to talk to nobody else about it. Like, they're serious. That's a real,
for real, yo.
Like, that's definitely real. And real. I mean, I'm learning how to do that day by day. Started by journaling.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's one of the things I do.
How's it coming along?
That's straight. It's different. I think for me, writing helps me to actually get out what I want to say without having to truly think about it when I'm talking to the person. And the reason I say that is because when you talk to the person, you try to sugarcoat whatever so you don't hurt their feelings. But when you write everything that comes to your mind, you just boom, spill it out.
That's another thing too. Like Ray, like I had to learn. Okay, so remember, I've been married for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So there was a time where Rashad was super harsh. That was early on. Then it was a moment of time where felt like I was doing a lot of compromising on things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now, like I said, and like the pod me and Keisha did, like now, like I'll be negotiating things.
Yeah.
Now I can action, but because now I have the vocabulary to express how I feel. Like I've always had words, but I never could really put them together or even had the knowledge to know that I should be doing this.
Yeah.
You know, so now I can sit down and tactfully and respectfully tell my wife, like, this is how I feel right now.
Right.
All right. Like I may feel better later on. I'm not feeling this right now.
Right.
Like, so this is how I need you to help me with this. So I won't be in here super pissed off all day. And then because this is what happened, right? Because since our emotions can be the dominant emotion, we affect everybody in the house.
Yep. And you don't even know that it's happening until like the kids start acting out or something like that. And it's crazy. But I'm gonna touch on something you said earlier. You said that I think it was you that said that. Like one time you just when you was going through something, you was just like stress eating, right?
Yeah.
And to touch on that, I wasn't stress eating when I was going through something, and I was like, I if you haven't seen the last video that Rashad and I did, we're gonna put it up here. Or on this side, one of the sides, you're gonna see it. But it was talked about where I've been at. So basically, I took a break because it was just so much going on for me emotionally that I didn't know how to deal with it for a little bit. And I knew that I had to take a break in order to get back to where at least a starting point, to say, okay, I recognize how I feel.
Yeah.
These are the things that I enjoyed, and these things didn't give me pleasure anymore, such as working out or training people. I thought of that as being another job instead of something that was like my purpose, if that makes sense. And a lot of times your purpose can feel like a job after a while because you got to do it all the time and you don't get a break.
Mm-hmm.
But when other stuff is going on, like it clouds your judgment, it clouds your mood. And when that stuff happens, everything else just falls out of whack. Like I said, you are not equal anymore. Your equilibrium is all out of whack. So you got to figure out how to come back to the middle and bring that balance. So I had to start going back to counseling.
Yeah.
It helps. I'm not gonna say it cures you, but it just gives you a chance to talk to somebody different, and they don't know you. They might judge you. They might not. We don't know.
Yeah.
Especially now, like I'm doing it over the phone, so I can't see the person's face.
Maybe that's better for you.
Yeah, it might be. It might be, because I would just get up and walk out or not just show up again.
Yeah, yo.
I just be like, whatever, I'm gone.
Yeah. Maybe telehealth should be your lane from here on.
And I don't like people just telling me what I want to hear. Like, bro, don't do that. Like, I'm not. I mean, it's free right now because I'm an employee of the school system. So, but still, I don't want nobody to just tell me anything.
Nah. My therapist be like, yo, be asking me that. Like, for me, therapy is giving somebody the ability to ask you the questions that need to be asked, and for you to answer them. I mean, because my therapist isn't, don't give me no answers, yo.
For real.
It'd be all questions, and you have to self-actualize and come up with the answer yourself.
Yep, for real.
And that's that's the misnomer or misconception about therapy. It's not somebody telling you what to do. It's somebody asking you, what do you really need to do? And then y'all come up with a plan and come up with ways to deal and to cope and to actually, move forward.
Yeah. And
So
this is interesting because one of the other trainers that I know, her name is Tiara. On Instagram, she go by Fit by T. So y'all follow her. And she basically did the same exact thing I did and was very transparent about it. Like, she had to take a break, and she explained like why she took a break, trying to compare her business to other people's business, trying to figure out if she was successful or not, things like that. Basically, who is she? And a lot of times we all find ourselves doing the same thing, and you got to take a step back and realize, like, all right, this is not who I am. Basically, what am I doing this for again? So basically, your purpose and your reasoning for why you're doing certain things. And like I said, when I was going through what I was going through emotionally, I had to ask myself, like, all right, when are you going to really sit down and acknowledge how you feeling, when you've been feeling that way, how long, so you can get back to doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Helping the people. How can you help the people and preach to them if you behind closed doors not doing what you telling them?
Yeah, you got to practice what you preach, bro.
Yeah.
You got to practice what you preach. Yeah, I think that's like a really good ending point. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, man.
For real, dog.
But yeah, emotional well-being, emotional wellness is so vital.
Yep.
And my hope is that people will actually start to not only manage their emotions, be able to express their emotions and be honest about where they are and also where they want to be.
Right. And that's all we trying to do, man. All we trying to do. And yeah, like I said, if y'all ain't seen the last video, go look at it. Follow me on YouTube at Brainz Brawn Fitness. IG.
Brainz with a Z.
Yeah, with a Z. Trying to be different. You know what I'm saying? Z. I mean, that's the vernacular is just different for me. I don't like being, what you want to call it? Normal,
regular. Same.
So yeah. Follow me on IG, Brainz Brawn Fitness. Then Facebook is Brainz Brawn Fitness LLC. I got a Twitter, but I don't really use it that much, so I ain't gonna put that up there. But yeah, go to the website, go copy you a plan. Like I said, one-on-one training is on hold for a little bit right now until we can figure out about to have another baby. So that time is
precious.
Yeah, precious. She got to get all my time, and my wife got to get it, and my daughter Ryan got to get it. So yeah, one-on-one training is on hold, but get you a plan. I'll make it for you. That's easy to do. Then I'll check in with you. You feel me? But yeah, go copy you something off the website too. Get you a hoodie or something. You feel me?
Got that much.
Yeah. I don't know, my muscles a little right now. Bro.
Man, get out of here, bro. All right, man. We see y'all next week.
All right.